there was a panic attack and I tried to run away. This person saw that, so he called the police. And I told him these specific words to call the cops. And I didn't want to do that because I didn't want anything to happen to my parents. I'm gonna tell y'all an experience I had in middle school. This was actually 8th grade. My parents were going through some issues and they were fighting. I broke into a panic attack and I tried to run away. This person saw it, so he called the police. I told him these specific words that, if you call the cops, I'm gonna commit suicide because I didn't want anything to happen to my parents, right? I ended up just running out, but my dad catches me and we go back and the cops are there already. So at this point, you can't do anything. And the cops actually arrest me. I'm a middle schooler at this time, so I'm like, holy crap. Like, this is crazy, it's never happened to me before. So we go in, I'm arrested, right? And I honestly didn't understand why they had to do that, right? Especially that I was a kid. I would have felt better if someone talked to me, but I guess that wasn't the case. That wasn't procedure. If I were to think about it now as an activist, it should have been a mental health response where a psychiatrist or therapist should have talked to me. Imagine if I acted out at a more different way. Could have I been still alive to this day? When I think about it, you look at cases like George Floyd, Angelo Quinto, right? These people had mental health crisis and it was just difficult for them and they got killed, right?
When talking about disparities within the prison system, it is really clear to me that there is a disproportionate number of racial minorities as well as people from lower socioeconomic status and class who get involved in the prison system. Oftentimes, people who end up in the prison pipeline are people who may have been previously misdiagnosed or had undiagnosed mental health issues. People, minorities, and people of lower socioeconomic status are often grow up and are around issues of trauma, and those trauma issues never get um, uh, supported and often go undiagnosed, which can lead to behaviors that end up with people being placed in the prison system. Also, I've heard from people who have been incarcerated that sometimes being incarcerated feels like a trauma. And once you're incarcerated, there is very little support around helping someone who is released back into society reacclimate and deal with the issues of trauma that come up for people who have been incarcerated. Um, I've seen this in my own practice as a mental health therapist, and I note that it's really important that people get support.
Do you even know what a 5150 means? You're fucking crazy. They're going to lock you up forever. You'll never get out either. They're not going to give you your medication. Why'd you let yourself run out of medication in the first place? You're so stupid. Stupid.
She wakes up. She turns the alarm off on her phone. She gets up. She opens the door. She goes into the bathroom. She grabs her toothbrush and her toothpaste. She brushes her teeth. She walks out of the bathroom. She opens the cabinet. She grabs a cup. She grabs a coffee cup. She makes coffee. She goes to the refrigerator. She grabs the creamer. She pours the creamer inside. She drinks the coffee. She gets dressed. She grabs her medication. She has no more medication.
Damn it.
She stomps out of the room. She walks out of the front door.
No one there. Now you look crazy.
She keeps walking.
How crazy.
She looks at sky. She looks at clouds. I keep talking to
Oh my
her.
god, I hate loud noises.
Don't be a baby, it's fine.
Huh? But how am I being a baby? I just don't like loud noises. I never liked the loud noises.
Don't be a baby, it's okay. There is just a little grumble, you know?
Can you stop? Why are you doing this to me? You're supposed to be my friend. I don't have many.
She walks the circle.
You look crazy. Do you know? Running around.
She sits down.
It's like you were.
Auditory hallucination.
She listens to people.
In most cases, auditory hallucination
She listens to the counselor.
unwanted psychiatric.
She listens to the people.
Just tell him to shut up.
It was
Tell him to shut up.
She listens to the story.
That's interesting.
Get the fuck out.
She jumps up. She leaves. She walks away.
Get in the house. Get in the house. Get in the house. Get in the house.
She walks back to her home. She walks back to the door. She looks out. She gets inside quickly.
Stupid piece of shit. Stupid piece of shit. Stupid piece of shit.
Throws her bag on the floor. She runs to the corner and sits down. She rubs her head. Someone's there.
He's gonna kill you. He's gonna kill you. He's gonna kill you. He's gonna kill you.
During the meeting. You look a little bothered. I wanted to come by and see if you're okay.
She doesn't want to talk to him.
He's gonna kill you. You better run. He's gonna kill you. You better run. He's gonna kill you. You better
It's
run.
fine.
She
no
doesn't
worries.
talk to the counselor.
I'm here if you need me.
Tell him to shut the fuck up. Tell him shut the fuck up. Tell him shut the fuck up. Tell him shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. He's gonna get you. Gonna get you. Gonna get you. Gonna get you. Get the fuck out. 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 Get the fuck out.
Hey. Wanna go for a walk? Think you wanna go for a walk? Come in.
You wanna grab the knife. Grab the knife. Grab, listen,
She stops.
grab the knife now. Grab the knife now.
She grabs the knife.
Yes, yes, yes.
She walks out the door.
Go outside. Go outside. Now.
She walks outside.
Go outside. Go
She walks through the night.
Is that true, Schneider's
She looks around her.
What's the tough love class? You know what I mean?
Keep walking. Keep walking.
Bill?
Promise that?
I promise that.
Bill! Call the police!
Did you think that was going to be a good idea?
Stab it.
She protects herself.
Stab it.
Okay.
Stab it.
She keeps hearing voices.
Okay. Give them a storm or what have you.
Stupid shit. You're a fucking
She hears sirens.
Nobody wants you here. Nobody wants you here. Nobody.
She sees an officer. She tries to protect herself. She keeps hearing voices.
Here you are. It's here you are. It's gonna ruin your life. This is gonna ruin your life. You're never gonna be able to get a job.
Prison is one of the most segregated places I've ever seen, with the racial disparities clear from the moment I arrived. As an 18-year-old indigenous Hispanic male entering this system, I was instantly made aware of who my people were. Once you are categorized as a certain racial group or gang affiliate, those are the only people that you're allowed to associate with in prison. And I don't mean that you can't speak with other racial groups, but the only people you're allowed to live with, eat with, and exercise with are your own people. And if you don't abide by these unwritten prison rules, there could be grave consequences. Now, I'm from the very diverse Bay Area, but when I'm being shipped to prison, I'm being shipped to the middle of California, Bakersfield, Corcoran area. I'm being sent to prisons in the Redding Mountains of Susanville, High Desert. And these are regions that are more racist than the areas we grew up in. They're being staffed by predominantly white prison guards or guards who support white supremacy. And they covertly treat people of color a lot differently than they do other people inside there. You're treated more aggressively, more harshly, and it's made known of the stances they take and the way that you're treated almost like an animal inside prison. You're not looked at like a human, and they feel like it is their duty to inflict punishment on you aside from the punishment of just being incarcerated.
19 years old, I first got arrested, violated, overall was dehumanized. I went down for assault, first-degree robbery. I did a month in jail for the first time, 19 years old. When I went to court for the first time, I saw automatically failure, beating myself up eternally, and it distracted me from what I've learned from my own parents being fucked by the system. And with no hesitation, along with 97% of my family being system evolved, the impact became a natural generational curse. And it's just like a domino effect of like incarceration just being this regular thing, this personal revolving door for my family, including myself. And when I go back to that arrest, I had no choice but to be more in survival mode than ever, because now I enter another world that feeds off of black and brown bodies to keep going and keep us at the bottom, keep this machinery well-oiled and folks of poverty at this bottom, at its lowest. And so I switch into survival mode.
Welcome back to Prison House Fun Time. So I got some jokes for y'all today. Why did Pepper go to prison? Assault. Oh, man. I got a lot more jokes like this for y'all today. What do you call prisoner that can't get laid. In cell.
Another number. Another number from cell block number 9. Another number. Another number from cell block number 9. Another number gone out. Gone far under. Another number that won't ever shine. His outlaw doings were zoned to know. Maybe a Robin Hood. Maybe a renter from a bad home. Maybe he was born in a spot already deemed down under. His whys and his doings were zoned to know. I knew not his name. Knew not his name. His skin was another paint. His family was another gang. Sometimes our eyes met. And I wondered and I wondered if we all hate Thursday beans the same. In the yard his brothers gave him a prayer. Some talked over. Some stood silent. Some mocked, and others just stared. One guard and one brother had themselves a little staring contest. His special kind of way of showing that he cared. He and me and they and them and we all could have done something. A union of unions, a gang of gangs, pounding our flood green. Prisoners and guards and governors, all eating the same supper. If rain keeps pounding, we'll have our chance to sing. Another number. Another number from cell block number 9. Another number. Another number from cell block number 9. Another number gone out, gone far under. Another number. Another number that won't ever shine. Another number gone out, gone far under. Another number. Another number that won't ever shine.
What's the only beverage allowed in prisons? Penalties. Why did the Romans go to jail? Because all their exes are dead. All their exes are dead.
Finally, a moment to myself. Sitting here wanting to feel like myself again. Feeling like myself is starting to become a luxury. My parents gave me my name, but these people I don't even know gave me my identity. This whole time I was a file in a box waiting to get shipped off from prison to prison. Funny analogy, thinking that while my personality is being boxed up somewhere, I'm now physically being boxed up in here, waiting to get shipped off to another prison. It's scary. From the second I got put in here, they chose who I was, who I'm supposed to be, and how I should basically live my life in here. I'm 18 years old, and Maybe it's their way to protect me, but I don't feel so taken care of. These guards treat us like animals because that's the way they want to view us. My file is my form of branding. I run with those around me, but who am I anymore? Am I the same as them? Am I really who they say I am?
Another number from cell block number 9. Another number from cell block number 9. Another number gone out, gone far under. Another number that won't ever shine.
How did I get in here? I was at Bayford Station waiting for my bus to come so I could go home. Next thing you know, I'm hearing cops yelling, "Get on the ground now." I didn't know who they were talking to. It wasn't until my earphones were snatched out of my ears and my body was slammed on the ground that I realized they were talking to me. My heart was beating fast and I was confused because I didn't know what I did wrong. I asked the officer what is going on. He dismissed my question and told me to shut up. Everyone around me is screaming stop to the police and for them to leave me alone. I'm thinking in my head, see, this is why I never leave my home.
My brother was a stud who went to prison a few years ago. It's a pity though, because he'll never finish his sentence.
This system is messed up. I took a plea deal and end up doing more time. Don't call me an inmate because I am not a number. I'm only human and I acknowledge that I made a mistake. It would be difficult to apply to any job because I know that I'll be judged. I can't express how mental health resources is crucial. Our voices aren't heard and we don't see our family. There's no view of nature or human connection. Seasons come and go. Hope for better days and most importantly, change because not everyone lives to see another day.
The wrong photo went to jail. It was framed. Oh man.
They don't even know me. They only see me as a number in a uniform, a list of crimes walking in a pair of handcuffs. They only see me for the color of my skin and treat me accordingly. I'm lucky, I guess, that I at least look white. I know the alternative is worse just by looking at the people around me. I still feel like a traitor, though. It's weird, I don't know. I've always tried to be as open about my identity as possible by publicly embracing it. Do they care that I'm actually first-generation American? Actually, they probably would, if they could see it in the stereotypical markers they look for. And let's not even get started on how they view my gender. They don't seem to even know where to start, so I just become this thing to them. Gotta love transphobia, huh? Man, all this is absolute shit. They don't know me, but their assumptions about me have more impact on my life than my own actions do.
Alright. I ain't gonna take too much of y'all time, but I got one more joke for y'all. Alright. What did the pedophile say when he got out of prison? Man, I feel like a kid again. I beat his ass. That's all I got. I gotta go back to my cell. Thank y'all. Y'all got a good crowd. Thank you.
The biggest disparity that I had encountered while going through the judicial system was definitely not having any financial support, but also support in general. At the age of 18, I was in a courtroom and I had not one parent or guardian to help assist me in making any type of decision. So I relied solely on the public defender that was given to me by the courts. He had highly encouraged me to plead guilty to a charge I was not guilty for, but because he promised me a lesser sentence and I just wanted to get out, I pled guilty, and that resulted in me becoming a convicted felon, and the judge ended up giving me more time. And that really hindered me in my adult life because I was not able to hardly get any jobs.
Let's see what we have here. Penal Code 182, felony, conspiracy to commit a crime. Penal Code 211, felony, robbery. Penal Code 245, felony, assault with a deadly weapon. Penal Code 496, receiving known stolen property. Kimmy, right? You're, Kimberly Ralph? Right?
Kimberly David.
Right. Right, that's the other. Right. Yeah, wow. So you, did some violent stuff here.
No, I didn't do anything violent. That was my boyfriend. That was Thomas. I honestly didn't even know he was gonna do that. Well, okay, we were breaking into cars, but it was only because we were about to get evicted, so we needed the cash. And this old guy caught us breaking into his car and tried to stop us. And then Thomas just flipped out and started hitting him, and he wouldn't stop. I tried to stop him, but I didn't touch that guy.
Yeah, Thomas was hurt pretty bad, huh? So looking over this, I really think it's in your best interest to take the plea bargain from the DA. Based on the charges against you, I definitely think you'll get less time when it's all said and done.
But I mean, aren't there any other options?
Look, I'm gonna be honest with you. These are some serious charges, and the evidence is right here to back it all up. It doesn't look good for you. And, what was...
Thomas?
Thomas. Yeah. You could be looking at 5-10 years if you're found guilty. But if you take the plea, you'll probably just get a year, tops.
A whole year? But I didn't do anything.
That's not what this thing says. Look, let me ask you. You gonna do this again?
No. Hell no.
You got $250,000 to make bail and fight this?
No.
Didn't think so. You, sorry for what you did?
I didn't do...
Okay. Are you sorry for what happened?
Absolutely.
Then listen to me. You're young. What, 19? Take the plea, do a year, and get on with your life. Don't let this drag on for what, another 10 years? You don't want that, do you?
Order in the court, please. Will the defendant rise? Kimberly Nicole David, I sentence you to 4 years in the California State Penitentiary.
Wait, what? You said I'd only get a year. You fucking liar.
Order! Order in the court. There will be order in this courtroom.
Shit. I'm fucked.
Out on good behavior. That's my girl.
Yeah.
Man, tell me everything. I mean, what was it like? Was you in a gang? Were you running shit up in there? You got any tats?
No gangs, fool. I mostly kept to myself and kept my ass out the box.
Box?
Solitary confinement. When people are in there too long, it changes who they are, like, fundamentally. It's weird. I stayed away from all that though. Well, I worked in the kitchen.
Damn, that sucks. So, did you learn how to make a spread like all that jailhouse food Ray always talks about?
Nah, but I can add some hot water to powder to make runny mashed potatoes. The food sucks so bad in there. You know what I really want?
That punk Thomas? No felonies?
Well, shut up. Why you gotta bring that up? Why would you even bring him up? Fuck Thomas. He's the reason I got 4 felonies. Like, I literally probably can't even get a job right now.
Oh, I'm just playing, man. Trying to make you laugh. Ha ha ha, bitch. Plus, I'm saying, like, I would have never put you through all that.
Can we not do this right now, please?
Hey, I'm working at Safeway now, so I can help you out. Hopefully you can get a job there too.
Really? That'd be so dope, but I'm not gonna get my hopes up yet, you know? All I want right now is some curly fries from Jack in the Box. And a jumbo jack, and a big ass soda, and a strawberry shake. That's all I want.
You know they brought back the mini churros with the dipping sauce too?
Whew. Yes! Take me to the mini churros.
All right, I'm gonna take you to Jack in the Crack. Then I'm gonna take you to go see your mean ass brother so you can get cleaned up and cute and shit. And then we go into Capitol Park.
Capitol Park? With the swings? I haven't been there since I was like 10 and you were like 12.
Yeah, man. I gotta put a smile on your face before you meet your parole officer and face the real world.
You're stupid.
I bet I can still swing higher than you.
What? You could never beat me, even when we were kids. Man, I can't wait to get some real food in me. And then you'll see. My swinging game will be fierce.
We'll see.
Come on in, Kimmy. You can have a seat right here. Your drug test came back clean, so we're good there. How's it going?
Still no job, if that's what you mean.
Really? I thought your friend was hooking you up.
He did. He referred me, but they didn't actually hire me.
So what's your backup plan?
I mean, you're supposed to be my backup plan, right? I've been applying to jobs. I don't know what else to do. Aren't you supposed to help me with that?
Come on now, Kimmy. I've been helping you. You hit up those websites I sent you.
Yeah, definitely. No one's hiring a felon right now.
We actually need to talk about that. It's pretty crucial you get something soon because you've just been slapped with some restitutions.
From the old man? He can't do that now. The trial's already over.
It's within the victim's right to collect money when there's an assault. Looks like his family is insisting on it.
Again, I didn't touch the man.
You know the law doesn't care about that. All they care about is if you have enough money to pay this man $400 a month.
Are you fucking serious right now? I'm literally about to get kicked out of my brother's place because I already can't afford to pitch in. I can't find a job to save my life. And now you're telling me I have to pay $400 a month on top of all of that? How am I supposed to do that?
All right, let's see what we have here. Penal Code 182, felony, conspiracy to commit a crime. Penal Code 211, felony, robbery. Penal Code 245, felony, assault with a deadly weapon. Penal Code 496, felony, receiving known stolen property. Kimmy, right? You go by Kimmy, right? Nickname?
Yep.
Oh, Charles, come on in. I was just getting better acquainted with Kimmy here.
Sorry I'm late. My meeting ran over.
Well, happy you could support your sister.
Yeah, well, that's a given. I'm the only one willing to support her now that both our parents are dead.
I could support myself if you just gave me my money.
Excuse me. You would lose everything in 1 month flat, and then I'd be taking care of you again. Dad just saved us the trouble. So, what I'd miss?
Everything.
Nothing. We were just talking over some options for the case.
There's only one option for the case. That she presses charges against the deadbeat boyfriend, Thomas, for dragging her into this whole thing.
Well, there is a slight problem with that option. There's surveillance footage that shows Kimmy was pretty equally involved in the robbery and assault, and there are eyewitnesses willing to testify.
So, burn the tape, pay the eyewitnesses. Simple.
Well, and then there's Kimmy, who wants to admit to it.
Yeah, right.
It would be nice if I could make some of my own decisions in my case.
Kimberly, I paid $250,000 to get you out on bail. That makes this my case.
Maybe you should worry about your own cases instead of butting into mine.
We're not doing this right now.
I fucking did it, Charles. I did this, and I'm taking responsibility for it.
Okay. You know what? Fine. John, I need to have a word with my sister. We're going to need to reschedule this meeting.
Clearly.
Order in the court, please. Miss David, I must say, I'm impressed with the appeal sent to me on your behalf. After considering your case, I've decided to reduce your sentencing. You will be spending 1 month in county jail, then you'll have 6 months of probation and community service.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Out on good behavior. That's my girl.
Sent you to do his dirty work, huh?
You know your brother loves you.
There's a weird way of showing it.
Hey, he's the reason you ended up with 1 misdemeanor instead of multiple felonies. And knowing him, he'll probably be able to get that cleared from your record too.
Thanks for picking me up. You've honestly been more of a big brother to me than Charles has.
Yeah, maybe I'm nicer, but I couldn't pay to get you out of jail the way that he could. So, man, tell me everything. I mean, what was it like? Were you in a gang? Were you running things up in there? Did you get any tattoos?
What? No gangs, fool. I wasn't in there long enough for that. I mostly kept to myself. I wrote a lot, though. So I worked in the kitchen.
Learned how to cook?
No, but I can add some hot water to powder and make runny mashed potatoes. The food sucks so bad in there. You know what I really want?
Punk ass Thomas?
Man, fuck Thomas. That shit's over.
So what are you going to do now?
I've been thinking about that a lot, you know, just like thinking about the things I like to do. I was thinking of starting like a hairline or makeup business, something cosmetology.
That's cool. You've been doing those tutorials online, right?
Yeah, and I mean, I can take it to the next level. Charles does his thing. I was thinking I could start a business too.
I'm into that. But you know Charles wants you to go back to school, right?
I know, which is why I'm hoping you could talk to him for me.
No go. I'm not getting in the middle of you and your brother.
Cody, please?
No.
You're his best friend. He listens to you. Please?
Kimmy, come on, no.
Cody, I know you see my tutorials online. I'm really good. Just talk to him for me. Please?
Fine. I'll talk to him, but I'm not making promises that I can make him do it.
Cody, you're the best. You know that, right?
Yeah, I know.
Come on in, Kimmy. You can have a seat right here. Your drug test came back clean, so we're good there. How's it going?
Good. I just have 1 more week of community service, which means only 1 more week of having to come here to see you.
Don't flatter me now.
What I'm really excited about is I'm actually launching my new business next month.
Oh, wow. Congratulations. Your brother finally caved, huh?
Yeah, well, I finally got him to watch my YouTube channel and see how good I am.
Well, I'm proud of you. I know you've been working at it nonstop for the past few months.
Yep, 2 videos a day every day is a lot of work to do for no pay, but now I got the seed money from my brother and I'm using the pool house as a little office.
Well, I definitely wish you the best of luck out there. You won't be needing me anymore after this week. I don't want to see you get back into trouble.
No, trust me, I won't. I definitely got scared straight from this whole experience. This is all I needed to help keep me on track.
Hey, my name is Kyle Francis Adriano de Carlos. As a male, as a brown person, as a son of immigrants, right? Mental health is something that is very hard to discuss, especially in Filipino culture, right? And it didn't seem like they treated me as such. I was just another person that they had to deal with, a crazy person, a lunatic, a runaway, right? And that's absolutely how I felt. That's why I strongly advocate for mental health response teams rather than the police pulling up, because through that experience, that did nothing for me.
Hello, my name is David Irving, and I am a licensed marriage and family therapist. I am currently the mental health coordinator for the CARES mental health program at Chabot College. In my relationship regarding people who have been incarcerated in my career as a mental health professional, I've had the opportunity to meet with and provide therapy for many people who have been incarcerated, and I've provided therapy post-incarceration in some of my previous jobs as a therapist. Most of those people were juveniles, but I've also had the opportunity to provide therapy for adults who were also previously incarcerated.
My name is Eric Gentry. I'm a 34-year-old indigenous Hispanic male from Vallejo, California. What I would hope the prison system turns into is more of a college-like setting or a community resource center where somebody like myself enters this prison system and is given the education and the skills to come home and reintegrate back to society and be successful and never fall victim to recidivism.
My name is Kazani Kalani Finau, second generation born in the States and third generation hit by mass incarceration in my family. Today, I'm a relief counselor for Larkin Street Youth Services. I'm a community baby, born and raised in San Francisco, the Bay Area. I moved around a lot. I'm a Frisco native. I'm Samoan, a trans man, and I'm just trying to live my best life and be free mentally and unapologetically spiritually.
My name's Jacqueline Salinas. I'm 38 years old. My first time experiencing being incarcerated, I was 18 years old, and my longest stretch was a year. I stayed at the Elmwood Women's Facility in Santa Clara County. The biggest change I would like to see in the judicial system is definitely treating people like people and not just a number. Don't just lock us up and throw away the key. People are worthy enough and they are deserving to have therapy, to have programs, to implement programs, to educate us, and to help us. A lot of times, most of us that are incarcerated are going through something, or we weren't given the opportunity as a young youth or a child to know any better. We are literally just going on autopilot. It doesn't mean that we're bad people. It just means that we don't really know the right path to go on. I know for me, if the therapy was not given to me, I don't know where I would be right now.
Mass incarceration has been rotting from the inside out for over 50 years. It reminds me of when trees get heart rot. It's the same idea, that it starts rotting from the center of the tree, the center of the trunk, and the center of most of the branches, if not all the branches. And then eventually the roots dry up. And when a tree has heart rot, usually They don't recommend pruning it to try to make it better. They recommend just cutting it off completely because it's so sick that there's really no chance for rehabilitation.
I feel like the biggest thing that needs to change in mass incarceration would be to get a higher training and understanding within the police department.
So the reason I wanted to work on this project is because I love learning from others, and I wanted to work with a collaborative group who can help me expand my knowledge with things that they know or that they have experienced. I think it's our duty as human beings to teach one another and especially learn from one another, so that way we can help our communities grow for the better. After listening to the stories that have been so graciously shared with us, the one thing I would really like to see change in the prison system is for the system to stop vilifying young kids, especially kids of color.
This system gets the wrong people locked in a prison cell, and the cops make it a living hell, not for those who make the trouble, but for those whose innocence gets mistaken for trouble. This system holds prisoners like businesses hold stocks to invest in those coffins we call a box, fit for black and brown folks that end up dead because they're filibustering with cops. This system puts a label on your skin color like crayons labeled in a crayon box. They send you to a block with folks that the system has labeled affiliates, and they're the same color as you. They call them crayon blocks. This system uses anything and everything against you in the court of law. Only a group of people have the right to afford a good attorney. And if you can't afford one, then a shitty one is appointed to you. It's set up so that instead of rich criminals going to jail, they get a slap on the wrist, while those who can't afford bail go to jail and lose their minds enough to put a slash on their wrists. There's something very sinister to this system. This world is supposed to be heavenly, but there's so many demons making the place a living hell. Life under solitary confinement is damn near like purgatory. This system, it's the evil type where hypocrites are always talking about equal rights. They want to see a black man's life ruined because they hate that he's able to wake up and see the daylight. And in order for him to keep living his life, the courts make him put up a legal fight. You can't tell me that this system is set up to ruin lives. This system makes you a number like 1, 2, 3, and a barcode like a product on resale, and it makes you out of a story that they can tell to the public like retail. Yeah, I get it. Not all cops are bad, but they work under a system whose flaws are becoming increasingly evident. This system locks you up based on hearsay and lookalikes instead of evidence. I keep praying for all of my black and brown people that there is an end to this. Nowadays, even as a civilian, you gotta look over your shoulders. Because if you're trying to battle this system, they'll make you a fallen soldier.
Next tonight, newly obtained video of a police confrontation between officers and an armed second California 3 strikes law are serving life sentences for minor